Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Monday, August 23, 2021. The 2-week enhanced community quarantine slowed the spread of COVID-19 in Metro Manila, but efforts need to be sustained over the next 4 weeks to prevent another spike, the independent OCTA research reported on Sunday. OCTA said while the number of COVID-19 cases daily is rising, the growth rate has been dropping. 3 weeks ago, the growth rate was at 72%. It went down to 48% after a week and slipped further to 24% during the August 15 to 21 period. The region now averages 3,819 cases a day, OCTA said. Metro Manila's reproduction number, the number of infected individuals which can contaminate others, is 1.67, lower than 1.9 a week ago. The 7-day positivity rate is at 22%. Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Joy Concepcion and Metropolitan Manila Development Authority Chairman Benjamin Benher Abalos Jr. will lead a virtual town hall discussion on how to revitalize the economy once the lockdown in the National Capital Region ends. Last Friday, Metro Manila ended a 2-week enhanced community quarantine to check the rise in COVID-19 cases and shifted to a less restrictive modified enhanced community quarantine which will last until the end of the month. Concepcion has proposed the creation of COVID safe zones or bubbles in Metro Manila where only fully inoculated individuals will be allowed to enter public areas such as malls and restaurants. He also proposed transport bubbles that will have exclusive buses for vaccinated people. Philippine boxing icon and Senator Emmanuel Manny Pacquiao absorbed a stunning loss from Cuba's Yordenis Ugas and failed to reclaim the World Boxing Association title on Sunday Philippine time at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ugas, who accepted the fight on 11-day notice, won by unanimous decision. All 3 judges gave the fight to the Cuban, submitting scores of 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 116 to 112. Pacquiao, whose last fight was in July of 2019 against American Keith Thurman, came in as the solid favorite on Sunday. But the taller Ugas quickly showed that he was definitely not the underdog, capitalizing on jabs to keep the Filipino at bay. Ugas then landed combinations in the later rounds to impress the judges. Ugas, a bronze medalist at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, stepped in as a late replacement to World Boxing Council and International Boxing Federation welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr., who pulled out 12 days before the fight following a retinal tear in his left eye. Ugas was scheduled to defend his title against Fabian Maidana in the co-feature, but didn't hesitate to step in to fight Pacquiao, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to prove his worth in one of the biggest stages in boxing. Meanwhile, Pacquiao will announce next month whether he will continue his ring career or concentrate on politics. He said in a post-fight interview that he is facing a bigger problem that is more difficult than boxing and wants to help the people. A visibly disappointed Pacquiao said he has not decided if he will fight again after his fight from a long layoff of his quarter century in the sport. He also did not confirm whether he will join the presidential race. The senator has indicated interest in running for president in next year's election. The senator was replaced as president of the ruling PDP Laban party in July after he questioned the holding of a council meeting which he did not approve. Pacquiao also rejected the result of the party assembly where a new set of officers was elected. The PDP Laban faction led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi, who was elected party president, has claimed Pacquiao has been talking with other political parties to ensure he will have a backup plan in case the ruling party will endorse someone else for president in next year's elections. While he kept his political plans to himself, Pacquiao was gracious in his defeat in the ring. The national government is preparing to increase its allocation of COVID-19 vaccines for high-risk areas other than the National Capital Region, Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. said. This will also help ensure all local governments will continue to raise their vaccination output and protect more lives, he said. He reported 43.33% of Metro Manila's population, or 4.16 million people, have been fully vaccinated. The Philippines has vaccinated more than 13 million individuals, according to the National Task Force in charge of vaccinations, which Galvez heads. He said he expects to reach the target of administering 30 million vaccine doses by the end of the week. The government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic is seriously impacted by the proliferation of disinformation, an official of the Philippine Institute of Development Studies said. According to PIDS Research and Information Director Sheila Siar, the damage inflicted by fake news can be serious, and its ramifications far and wide as news can travel more quickly on social media, especially sensational stories, which most disinformation producers invent in selling fake news. Over to business. The Department of Finance said the government's fiscal metrics will return to pre-pandemic levels by 2025 or sooner if all of the measures in its fiscal consolidation plan are followed. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said in an interview that the plan is an evolving plan that they will leave to their successors. Topping sports, Mark Magsayo is a step closer to his dream of becoming a world champion after a brutal knockout win over Julio Ceja in the World Boxing Council Featherweight Title Eliminator at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on Sunday, Philippine time. The 26-year-old power puncher ignited 2 explosive punches right to the face of Ceja to put the latter to sleep at the 50-second mark in the 10th round. Magsayo stunned Ceja with the right straight to the face and followed it up with another straight to the jaw that dropped the Mexican boxer for good. Rigoberto Tiglao and Father Ranilio Aquino are today's front page columnists. Tiglao talks about the lessons the Philippines can learn from Afghanistan, while Father Aquino talks about the ombudsman and the virtue of prudence. Our editorial today believes the country's economic recovery plan should generate green jobs. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. On behalf of the Manila Times, this is Arik John C. reporting. Have a safe week ahead.